up. Let's get this call to 500. This is our very own coach and mentor, Mr. David Imonitie, who is on the call. Let's get this call to 500. Get back on your group. Ensure that every single person on your group is on this call. I can tell you this call is going to be off the hook. What Mr. David will be sharing here will be incredibly, incredibly awesome, and it will be a life-changing information for every one of us. So thank you for getting on the call. Let's get all our groups in and pack the house full. Mr. David, sir, we're excited to have you. We celebrate you. Thank you so much, sir, for being on the call. Mr. Francis, I pass it over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Uriel Ezago. Thank you so much, Mr. Idowu. Mr. David, it's an amazing privilege to have you on the call tonight. I tell you, face-to-face with one of the best in the industry. We're privileged to have you on the call. We're excited. We're not taking this for granted. Everyone on the call tonight, you need to get ready to listen to content and value from the best of the best in the industry. We are privileged to be connected with you. We are not taking this for granted. And I tell you the truth, we will do our best to ensure we maximize every content and every value shared with us tonight. We are getting ready to receive you on the 8th and the 9th of December. It's going to be an amazing time. Leaders on the call, we have 2 more minutes to max out this room right now. Get everyone on your platforms. Get everyone on your groups. Let them know the call is on. We have our mentor and coach, Mr. David Imonitie. I'm filled with a lot of expectation because tonight is going to set the pace for what's going to happen in a couple of days. Everyone on the call, guys, ensure you max out this room. Reach out to everybody in your groups. Let them know the millionaire mentor, Mr. David Imonitie, is right on with us tonight. Everyone on the call, can you send out groups? We have 2 minutes to do this before we have our mentor and coach, Mr. David Imonitie, live and direct. Everyone, 2 minutes. We have 2 minutes before we have Mr. David on. I'm super excited about this call tonight with a lot of expectation, guys. Everyone, we have over 400 people on the call right now. Let's mass out to at least 500 before we have Mr. David on the call. And we have just about 1 minute and 40 seconds. Let's do that right away. Guys, if you can hear me loud and clear on this call, somebody's saying something is wrong with the audio. If you can hear me, can you type in 777? If you can hear me on the call, guys, can you type in 777 on the call? I want to be sure everyone can hear us loud and clear. If you can hear me on the call tonight, can you type in 777 in the chat box? Fantastic. So that means the audio is fine. Now let's do that. Let's send out messages. I'm doing that already. I'm doing that already myself on the platforms. Let them know Mr. David Imonitie is on the call tonight. Guys, I'm super excited about this call with a lot of expectations about this call tonight. Everyone on the call, please, can you send messages? We have just about 1 minute to go. Send on your platforms, on your groups, send out messages. Guys, let's do this. 1 more minute to go. It's over 400 going 500. Let's max out. Let's do it right now, guys. Let's go. Send out messages on the groups, on the platforms. Let's send out messages, guys. Over 400 people. All right, all right. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let everyone know nobody wants to miss this call tonight. We want to ensure everybody's on the same page. Let's max out this room. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. David Imonitie, for making out time to be on this call. We consider it a privilege and not a right to have you on this call tonight. Everyone is excited about your coming in December, and we felt it was necessary to have you on the call to prepare us for what we're going to expect and what's going to happen the next couple of days inside of IML Nigeria. We're excited. Everyone, the whole place is in expectation for what's going to happen. We're glad to have you on this call. We're excited to have you on this call, Mr. David. I tell you the truth, we cannot wait to have you here in Nigeria for another time. Now, when we had you last time in May, we saw that lots and lots of explosion. We saw lots of growth. We saw lots of momentum. We saw lots of changes. Now, having you in December is quite strategic. I know the few things you'd like to tell us tonight, and we can't wait to have you. So, David, over to you, sir.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, Thank you for having me on the call. Super excited to be here. I am just as excited as each and every one of you that's listening in right now. And I want to say this to start this call out. And I want you to really hear my heart when I say this. A lot of times when you get involved in a business like this and you have the opportunity to work with someone who has gone before you, that has maybe had more experience or more success than you have at that particular time, you start to put them at this pedestal. You start to put them at this high level in your mind. And that's a mistake that a lot of people make. It's not that you don't respect the person for what they've accomplished. It's not that you don't admire what it is that they've accomplished. I want you to do those things, but I also want you to know that that person, uh, which could be me, which could be Francis, it could be Uriel, it could be Dawu, it could be Buki. There could be a young woman on this phone right now, and she's looking at Buki like, wow, man, she's a chairman, and they make the mistake in their mind of thinking that they can't accomplish what that person has accomplished. Well, I'm here to tell you that I am no different. I am no different than anybody that's on this call right now. I am just as Nigerian as you are. Okay. There's no other blood that flows through me other than Nigerian blood. Okay. And I know we have some people that are calling in from Africa, from Ghana, other parts of Africa, but there's African blood that flows through me. I am no different. I am no better. I'm no more blessed. I don't have more grace than anybody else that's on this call. All that's happened is I've gone before you. I started this journey that you're on. I may have started this journey before you started it, but God is no respecter of person. And I want to start this call with you understanding that everything that you've seen myself accomplish, everything that you've seen your leaders accomplish, you can and will do greater than what we've accomplished. Respect your uplines, respect your leaders, admire your leaders, but don't for 1 second, not for 1 second, do not believe that what God has done for them, he can't do for you as well. All you have to do is do exactly what they tell you to do. All right. And that's the challenge. That's the big challenge, right? To decide that I'm going to do exactly what my coaches tell me to do. I'm going to do exactly what it is that my mentors tell me to do. I'm going to adopt the way that they think, the way that they solve problems, the way that they handle situations, the way they deal with people, the way they communicate with people. I'm going to adopt this way of thinking. All right. And when you do that, what you're basically doing is you're adopting that person's lifestyle. And before you know it, a year will go by, 3 years will go by, 5 years will go by, and you will be living a completely different life than what you ever thought you could possibly live. So I want to start the call with that. I also want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'm extremely proud of each and every one of you. This particular organization, the entire IML Africa, IML Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, you guys have exceeded expectations. You guys have gone above and beyond what anyone could ever think. What you've already accomplished has definitely been a God thing. And I want to celebrate each and every one of you. I want to salute each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart because I know how challenging it has been for you to build this business. I know it's not the easiest thing to do. It's not easy to do in America. Uh, so I know it's not easy to do. It's not easy to do in Nigeria. But all of you have maintained an incredible attitude. You've maintained a positive outlook on every challenge that has come up in your business. And I salute you for that. I really, really do. And I'm not just saying that. I really, really do mean that. And that's why I'm coming back. I don't go anywhere that I'm not deserved. I don't go where I'm needed. I go where I'm deserved. I travel to places and I spend time with leaders and go to those different countries and cities and states because they deserve it, not because of the numbers. Okay, not because of the numbers that they put up. That's not the case. I don't look at numbers. I look at the leaders. I look at the leadership. I look at the heart of the leaders. I look at the cooperation in the market. I look at the potential of the leaders that are there, and that's when I make the decision that I'm going to um, spend time there. So I'm looking forward to coming. And obviously, I'll be back many, many times in 2019. Like Francis said, this is very strategic that I'm coming at the end of the year and not waiting for the new year to come around, because I believe that we can start this year now. We don't have to wait for 2019 to come around for us to really get into gear and really start moving at a very, very fast pace. When you look at billion-dollar corporations, they're making plans not just for next year, they're making plans for the next 3, 5, 10 years. They're looking ahead. They're looking ahead of the current challenges that they're having right now. As a matter of fact, I want you to write this down. The challenges of today, the challenges that you face today are the gateways to the next level in your life. The challenges that you face today, whatever those challenges are that you think is insurmountable, whatever those challenges are that you think is just, oh my goodness, how am I going to overcome this? I'm telling you that those are the gateways to the next level in your life. So when challenges come up, that is when you want to get excited. That is when you want to get fired up. That's when you want to get pumped up, because that's just an opportunity for you to change. That's just an opportunity for you to grow. And on tonight's call, what I want to talk about is very, very important. Okay, very, very important because what I would consider this time of the year, okay, for most people, I consider this time of the year decision time. If you're going to title this call, I want you to title it, it's decision time. All right. It's decision time. It is time for us to make a decision. It is time for us to get mad, make a decision. Decisions decide our future. You should write that down. Decisions decide our future. Why is it so important for you to make a decision? Because your future is dependent on the decisions that you make today. The decisions that you make today, all right. And let me change this name here. Hold on. The decisions that you make today, ladies and gentlemen, they decide your future. They decide your tomorrow. All right. Tomorrow, the future that you desire, okay, the future that you desire is dependent on the decisions that you make today. All right. So tonight, I want to give you the steps that you need to take in order to not only make a decision, make a quality decision, and then also maintain that decision. Because some people make a decision today. Okay. Some people are saying they can't hear me. If you can hear me, type 777. Okay. All right. My volume is, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me all right? 777. All right. Okay. My volume is all the way up. So hopefully you can hear me just fine. All right. Some people make a decision and they're excited about the decision. They're pumped up about the decision. And that decision lasts for a week. Or some people, that decision lasts for 30 days. Or some people make that decision and it lasts for 6 months. Let me tell you what winners do. All right. I want you to write this down. Winners make a decision, they make quality decisions, and they maintain that decision until Until what? Until the job gets done. Whatever it is that you decide, you as a winner, you have got to maintain that decision. And I'm going to give you the specific step for that. Okay. You have to maintain that decision until the job gets done. All right. Until the job gets done. Because what you have to realize is that there's a price that must be paid for everything. There was a price that I had to pay for this glass. There's a price that I had to pay for this orange juice. There's a price that I had to pay for this watch. There's a price that I had to pay for this ring. There's a price that I have to pay for this phone. The lifestyle that you desire, there is a price that you need to pay. And if that price, let's just say, for example, that price is $1,000. Just give you an example. It's the price for freedom is not $1,000, but I'm just giving you an example. And let's say you have given $900. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you are $100 short. Okay, you are $100 short. You have not paid the full price. There is no partial payments when it comes to success. Success requires a full price to be paid. When I went and bought this watch, okay, when I went and bought this watch, I could not tell them, hey, listen, this watch right here, $84,000 for this watch. I couldn't tell them, hey, listen, can I give you $50,000 and I can walk away with the watch? No. They said they would tell me, no, David, you're short another $34,000. Success requires that full price to be paid. So you've got to make a decision. What is that decision that you're going to make for 2019? What is that decision? What is it that you are going to change? What is it that you're going to accomplish? What level are you going to grow to? Because most people are focused on having. I want this and I want to have this and I want to have that. What I want you to do is I want you to focus on who do you want to become? Okay? Who do you want to become? That's the question. Who am I looking to become? Have I really created a picture? Have I created a vision in my mind of the person, the leader that I actually are going to become? All right. You've got to make that decision. All right. And the thing about what we have here is that we have ranks that coincide with your ability to grow as a leader. That's the only really the purpose of a rank. The purpose of a rank, okay, purpose of a rank is just really to show that you've grown to that level of thinking, that level of energy. Because Chairman 25, Chairman 10, Chairman 50, Chairman 100, it all carries with it a certain energy. That is already accomplished. Remember what I said in the very beginning. Everything that I have accomplished, you've accomplished. We have the same blood flowing through us. We have the same mind that flows through us. We were created by the same person. So everything that you've seen me accomplish, you have already accomplished as well. It already exists in your life. Now what you need to do is make the connection with who you are right now and make that connection with the energy that you desire to actually live. It already exists. Chairman 100 is already there. The person that you needed to become a Chairman 100 already exists. Now you need to make the connection. The way you make the connection to anything that you desire is through the emotion of gratitude. The emotion of gratitude is what allows you, okay? All right. All right. Oh, okay. Somebody just said something funny. All right. When the emotion of gratitude is what allows you to connect to any energy that you desire. All right. The emotion of gratitude is what allows you to connect to anything that you desire, any energy that you desire. All right. So you make a decision on what it is that you want your life to look like. Your surroundings doesn't matter. Your environment doesn't matter, because I've taught you how to change your environment. You change your environment with pictures. You change your environment with words. You change your environment with what you experience. That's why I'm going to challenge each and every one of you in 2019. I'm going to make a big challenge to you to make it to one big event in the United States. One big event in the United States for a lot of you will unlock a 6-figure income. it will unlock a 7-figure income. You will come back, and in Nigeria, you will live a 7-figure lifestyle in dollars. One event in the United States, one trip. I can tell you this, one trip to Houston, Texas, for a lot of you, will open a 7-figure mindset. It will create the energy on the inside of you, because there's nothing greater than an experience. When you experience something, you believe it. It's one thing to see me on Zoom. It's one thing to see a car on Zoom. It's a completely different ball game when you sit in the car. It's a completely different ball game when you experience the car. Okay, and I'll show you guys something that's in my garage now. It's pretty exciting. I'll show that to you guys here in a second. Okay, but so you've got to make a decision. I made a decision. I didn't make a decision 2 years ago. I made a decision 14 years ago in Las Vegas. It was September of 2004. I was in a room. There was probably 1,000 people in that room. And the gentleman that was on stage, he was making about $50,000, maybe $60,000 a month at that time. Calvin Collins. He's gone home to be with the Lord now. And I was crying. I was crying like someone died. I was crying like I was a brand new baby. I was profusely crying. Like it wasn't like, you know, those little tears that come. No, I'm literally a basket case. I made a decision that day that I was going to win or I was going to die trying. There was nothing, absolutely nothing that was going to stop me from accomplishing every single goal that I set for myself. And at that time, I didn't even know what I didn't know. I didn't know anything about lifestyle. I didn't know. I just knew that I had made a decision that things were going to be different, that I was going to be different, that I was going to become someone special, that I was going to become a world changer, that I was going to become someone that would inspire thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. I made a decision that day that I was going to be a leader. And the first step after you make the decision, this is how you know you've made a decision. You have got to do what I call a self-assessment. A self-assessment. Write this down. Number one, I have got to do a self-assessment before the end of the year. I've got to look at 2018. And I've got to do a self-assessment, not an assessment on my team, not an assessment on my group, but an assessment on me. All right. And I'm going to ask myself two questions. Question number one, David, what did you do great this year? What did you do great this year? Okay. Because I want to identify what I am doing right so I can do more of that. Second question, which is probably more important, is David, what can I do better? What are the areas of weakness? See, guys, all of us have an area of weakness, and it takes a strong leader to admit that. Okay? It takes a strong leader to admit that they're not perfect. All right? So you gotta ask yourself those two questions. I'm doing a self-assessment of who it is that I am, what it is that I've accomplished in 2018. What can I do better? Is it my work ethic that I could have gotten better? Is it my thinking that I could have gotten better? Could I have written down my goals a little bit more? Could I have seen my goals a little bit more? Could I have experienced my goals a little bit more? Could I have read more books? Could I have listened to more tapes? Could I have communicated with my coach a little bit more? What could I do a little bit better that will kind of give me that slight edge going into 2019? Could I be more consistent? Write all this down. These are great questions to ask. Could I be a little bit more consistent? All right. All right. Could I be a little bit more excited? Could I be could I add a little bit more belief? Could I add a little bit more activity? Could I add a little bit more inspiration? Could I show more care to my organization? Could I cooperate better with the people that are around me, the people that are in my group and the people that are not in my group? All right. What could I have done better? Is there something on the inside of me? Was there any envy on the inside of me? Was there any jealousy on the inside of me? Was there any negative thoughts on the inside of me? You've got to be honest with yourself about this. Because if you make a decision for change, but then you're not willing to face yourself and look in the mirror and say, okay, this is what I did good, but this is what I could do better. Not what you did wrong. I don't want you to beat yourself up. It's what can I do better? All right. It's all about asking the right questions to your mind. You ask the right questions to your mind will give you the right answers. If you ask the wrong questions, your mind will give you the wrong answer. Okay. So I've got to do a self-assessment, number one. Then I've got to do self-acceptance. All right. Self-acceptance. What does that really mean? That means that I'm going to face every challenge. I'm going to look at the things that I've done right, and I'm going to look at the things that I've done better, and I'm only going to look at them from a place of gratitude. From a place of gratitude. All right? Because what happens is if you don't accept it, and if you don't have gratitude, you're going to beat yourself up. All right? And that's the last thing you want to do. You never want to be down on you. There's going to be enough people in this world that will try to be down on you. You can't afford to be down on you. You've got to uplift yourself all the time. All right? Self-acceptance. So, Lord, listen, I'm grateful for everything that's happened. I'm grateful for every challenge that I faced this year. I'm grateful for every challenge that I overcame this year. I'm grateful for the business that I have right now. I'm a Platinum 1000 right now. Lord, I'm grateful for being a Platinum 1000, and I'm expecting to be a Platinum 2000. All right? You want to come from a place of gratitude. All right? You never want to be frustrated at where it is that you are, because I promise you, where you are right now and where it is that you want to go, ladies and gentlemen, you could be frustrated at both areas. You could be a Platinum 5000 right now, and you could be thinking, I should already be a Chairman 10. I promise you this, when you go Chairman 10, you're going to say to yourself, I should already be a Chairman 25. You go Chairman 25, you're going to say, I should have already been a Chairman 50. And that attitude right there is what keeps you stuck, is what doesn't allow you to move to the next level as far as the energy. Remember what I told you in the very beginning. See, everything is connected. Remember I told you that the energy of Chairman 50, Chairman 100, Chairman 25, it already exists. You as a Chairman 25, it already exists, ladies and gentlemen. You as a Chairman 250, it already exists. But you will only come in contact with that energy through what? See if somebody can put it in the chat. How do you come in contact with that energy? How do you make that connection to the energy? I want to see if somebody's really paying attention. Who's got the answer there? Someone put it in the chat. It's one word. There's only one way. There you go. Oludayo. There you go. It is through gratitude. It is through gratitude. Gratitude is the only way. It is not going to be through beating up yourself. It is not going to be through being down on yourself. It is not going to be being down on your organization. All right? Because let me tell you something. Your team can feel when you're down on them. They can feel when you don't believe in them. Okay? So always be grateful. That's the place of self-acceptance. All right. So I do a self-assessment. I then go through a self-acceptance through the power of gratitude. Now I've got to stop the process of reconditioning. All right. Got to start the process of reconditioning. I've made a decision. Now, there are three things that I've got to do to fortify that decision. There are three elements that I've got to really focus on. All right. Now, I'm going to give you the last step. Okay. I'm going to give you the last step, and then I'm going to come back. All right. To number 3. And then I'm going to come back to number 4. The last step, ladies and gentlemen, to making this decision and maintaining the decision is 2 words. It is called self-discipline. Write that down. Self-discipline. Okay? Self-discipline requires you to be self-motivated. Self-discipline requires you to be self-motivated. Okay? Motive. Motive. Motion. Motive. Self-discipline requires you to be self-motivated. You will be inspired by other people. You will be inspired by your coaches, your mentors, and books and tapes. But the biggest element to all of this is you being self-motivated. Reconditioning. This decision that I've made, this is the person I'm going to become. There's 3 things that I've got to do to fortify that decision. And it starts with my mouth. It starts with my mouth. The mouth, this tongue, is one of the smallest members of our body, but the most powerful member of our body. Wars have been started because of one word. Millions of people have died because of one word. Millions of people have been saved because of one word. This world that we live in today, okay, this world that we live in today was created by one word. I'm going to go a little deep on this, all right, so you really understand how powerful words is. In the Bible, it talks about Lucifer. We all know who Lucifer is, right? Lucifer is now the devil, all right? But Lucifer was an angel in heaven. And Lucifer, if you read it, it says that Lucifer was so beautiful and that his body, he was made with music. What is music? Music is sound, all right? Music is words mixed with emotion. The number one influencer in the world today, the number one thing that influences our lives more than anything else is music. I want you to think about it. I want you to really, really think about that. It is music. People's lives have been derailed because of music. And all music is just words. It's just words mixed with sound and mixed with emotion. Everything in your life, okay? Because we have generational curses that a lot of us carry with us. It's just what it is. It's something that was said a long time ago. If there's a history of poverty, it's something that was said a long time ago. And that word has not been reversed. You have to, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. This is so critical, especially for majority of you where you live. You cannot play with right words. Every single day, when I look at some of the most powerful people in Nigeria, when I look at some of the most powerful people in Africa, they understand right words. In a country that seems like everything is falling apart, you have billionaires in that country. Matter of fact, the other day, I actually ran into the king of Lagos, Ade, and he told me his last name. I actually ran into him right here at the post. He gave me his number, so he said I should call him when I get to Nigeria. So I'll get the chance to meet the Oba or see him in Nigeria. I'll text you guys the name so you can confirm. But that's who he said he was. And he looked like he was a king. So, but right words are everything. If you're going to become the person that you have made a decision to become, it is going to start with right words. A decision is just a thought. And you hold that thought in your mind over and over and over again. But now you want to start speaking that thought. You want to start speaking that thought over and over and over again. Until what? Until the job gets done. When do you stop speaking your goals? When do you stop speaking the decision that you've made on who you're going to become? Until you don't stop. You don't look at what's going on in the physical and cause what is going on. And because of what's going on in the physical, don't let that cause you now to change your confession and change your words. All right. You've made a decision. That's why I tell you that it requires self-discipline. That's why I tell you it requires self-motivation. I've got to be self-motivated to do it over and over again. I've got to be self-motivated to speak $20 million a year. I've got to be self-motivated to speak impact on the lives of 1 billion people. I've got to be self-motivated. I can't wait on Idowu to motivate me. I can't wait on Francis to motivate me. I can't wait on Buki to motivate me. I can't wait on Uriel to motivate me. I can't wait on Maiwa to motivate me. I've got to be self-motivated. And it takes discipline to do that. Every single day, in every walking moment that you get, you should be speaking, you ought to be speaking the future that you desire now. I am so happy and grateful now. I don't care what it looks like. It doesn't matter what it looks like, because guess what? That's what it looks like. That's not what it is, but that's what it looks like. All right? Think about all the challenges that you faced in your life where it looked like it was terrible, where it looked like you would never get out of the situation. And look, you got out of the situation. So just because it looks like something, it doesn't mean that that's what it is.
Yes, sir.
He got that one. All right. So that is the first thing I've got to do. I've got to be disciplined. I've got to be disciplined in right words. I've got to be disciplined in right words 2 ways. Write this down. I got to be disciplined in right words in what I say. And I've got to be disciplined in right words in what I hear. I cannot afford to hear wrong words, because my subconscious mind, the super self that's on the inside of me, only knows how to receive information. It doesn't know how to reject information. My conscious mind knows how to accept and reject. But my subconscious mind will only accept what my conscious mind allows it to accept. So I cannot spend any time listening to wrong words. I can't spend any time speaking to wrong words, okay? But I can't spend any time listening to wrong words, all right? So I'm going to repeat it one more time. You've got to be careful when it comes to words. 2 ways, not just the words that you're speaking, but also the words that you're hearing. Because the only difference between you speaking, right, and someone else speaking that's the only difference. But your ears work the same way. When I speak, my ears hear me. When you speak, my ears hear you. So I cannot afford to allow the wrong words to come into my heart. Because remember, my subconscious mind, the super self, the God that's on the inside of me, only knows how to receive, only knows how to accept. It doesn't know what's good or bad. Remember, I'm going to go a little deep on you right now. When Eve ate ate from the tree, she ate from the tree of what? Good and evil. Prior to that, she didn't know what was good or what was evil. She thought just like God. She had the mind of God. He doesn't think, oh, this is good or this is bad. No, it's just what it is. It's just what it is. Your life is just what it is, what you created with your mouth. He doesn't look at it and say, oh, that's bad. He doesn't look at it and say, oh, that's good. We do that. We look and say, oh, that's good and that's bad. We look and say, oh, that's a lot, that's a little. That's why I said a day is like 1,000 and 1,000 is like a day. He doesn't look at it the way that you look at it. That's why I can't allow wrong words into my ears. I just can't. It's not allowed. I've trained my mind to the point where if you're calling me and you're calling me with the wrong words, I'm probably not going to answer. If you're texting me with the wrong, I'm probably not going to answer. I've been trained over the last 14 years to not accept wrong words. You've got to word it in a way that is positive. You just have to. Okay? All right? Because my subconscious mind cannot allow it. Right word. Number 2, all right? Reconditioning. That decision that I've made. Ladies and gentlemen, in your home right now, okay? In your home right now, you want to turn your home into your future. The pictures are so vitally important. That decision that I made years ago was fortified by images that I put around me, by pictures that I put around me. Pictures are everything. Okay? Now, watch this. Have you ever heard the saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words? Has anybody ever heard that before? All right, it's a very popular saying that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, how powerful is that? If one picture is worth 1,000 words, what happens when you put 10 pictures around you? You know, if I go into your house, would I find you guilty of believing? Will you be found guilty of believing? Gary McSwain was here in my home for a week for Thanksgiving. Gary McSwain for the last 5 years has been wanting a Bentley. Been wanting a Bentley. At first, he didn't believe it. When he started to believe it was when he started to speak on it. And every time he spoke on it, guess what I said? I said, it's done. Because I understand the power of him hearing right words. It's done. I'm not just saying it just to say it. I'm talking to the subconscious mind. So the subconscious mind of Ido or Uriel or anybody that I'm talking to, they accept it and say, okay, it's done. That's the car you want. Now, some of you may think, well, I live in Nigeria. Well, I live in Ghana. But there are people in Nigeria that drive Bentleys. There are people in Nigeria that have jets. What's the difference between them and you? They live in Nigeria and they have jets. They have Bentleys. They have Rolls Royces. They have so much money, it's ridiculous. What's the difference? The difference is right words. The difference is right images. They have experienced something at a higher level. They've seen something on a higher level, and their mind could never go back. That's what I want you to do. That's what I'm telling you. Do what you've got to do to get here. Okay? Do what you've got to do to get here. Because when you get here, your mind is going to be stretched to another level. When you see it, it's going to be stretched to a whole nother level. And then when you go back, people are going to see somebody completely different. They're going to interact with you completely different. I'm telling you, it's so simple. All right. Everything that I train on, ladies and gentlemen, are things that I've experienced. Everything that I train on are things that I've experienced. It takes discipline to do this. It takes self-motivation to do this. And you do it until. Isn't it amazing? We got another year. We've closed another year, 2018. We've closed another year out. We're going into 2019. Another opportunity. You know how I look at 2019? Watch this. I look at 2019 as another opportunity for God to show that he's God in my life. That's all this new year means. It's not going to be any different. It's not going to be any different. It's just going to be another year of God showing himself through me in my life. That's how you've got to go into the year. That's how you got to go into every single day. Your success that you're going to accomplish is going to do so much more for other people than it does for you. Last night, we had a dinner, the very first I Believe Foundation dinner. There were 7 couples there that were affected by Hurricane Harvey. That lost their homes. All right. So maybe all together, there was probably about 12 of us at this dinner. My CPA, my wife, my assistant, her fiance, and these 7 couples. And they thought that only one of them was going to receive a grant from my foundation for $10,000. That's what they thought. And all of them received the grant for $10,000. Me and my wife, we gave away over $70,000 to 7 families yesterday. What God will do for you is going to have such a major impact on other people's lives. You've got to get ready. You've got to get ready. You know how you get ready? When it's time to eat, right? I'm a lot. It will, all right? When it's time to eat, there is an excitement, there's an enthusiasm, right? That you feel. That's how you got to feel about this new year that's coming up. But you don't have to wait for 2019. You can make that decision right now. You can make that decision right now. Right words, right images, and most importantly, the right emotions. Emotion of love, emotion of gratitude. The love that you show to your fellow brother and sister, the gratitude that you show to God first, the gratitude that you show to your coaches, your mentors, the gratitude that you show to your organization. I'm grateful for my organization. I don't think for one second that all of this has happened because of my leadership. It's not. I'm not that good. God has blessed us tremendously. He will continue to bless us tremendously. He's blessed each and every one of you. All right. I'm excited about coming back to Nigeria. I'm excited to see all of you again. I am going to shoot the video, Uriel. He's been asking me for the video talking about this event. I'll shoot the video. I'll send it to you guys as well. But I want to speak something over each and every one of you. The Abraham blessing. The blessing of Abraham be upon each and every one of you. That blessing that Abraham experienced, may that blessing be upon you right now. It's your birthright. It's your right. It's not something that is not your right. It is your right to have that type of blessing. Guess what? All you need to do is confess it every single day and watch how your words, watch how your God moves in your life. So I appreciate all of you being on this call. I love each and every one of you. Can't wait to see you guys in a few days out there in Nigeria. And we're going to rock this thing out. Very proud of all of you. Very, very proud of each and every one of you that is on this call. From the brand new person that's on this call to the Chairman 25 that we have on this call, I'm extremely proud and happy and grateful for each and every one of you. All right. I love you guys. I've got a 3 o'clock call to do. So I will see you guys really soon. Take care and God bless.
Thank you so much, sir. But you said you were taking us into your garage to show us something.
Yes. Let me give me 5 minutes. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right.
Okay, good.
Let me show you guys. Yeah, it just keeps coming. This is what my chef made today. We're eating healthy. We're eating healthy. Uh-huh.
Wow.
Again.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
Believing works.
This is awesome.
Again.
This is
Gang,
awesome.
gang. Gang.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
This is
Wow.
This is awesome.
This is the boom.
Alrighty.
Wow. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just picked it up. Picked it up today.
Woo!
Wow.
One time payment, cash.
Woo!
Wow.
We don't service this.
Father, we thank you.
Huh?
Father, we thank you. Father, we thank you. Father, we thank you.
Yes, sir.
Father, we thank you. This is awesome.
Oh Lord, we give you all the glory. What you do for one, you do for all.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
No different.
This is awesome. This is awesome. Wow. Thank you so much for raising the belief, Mr. David. Thank you so much for helping us raise the belief. Looking at you, sir, I tell you, belief becomes easy. You have somebody who's walked the path, and believing this thing becomes easy. Thank you so much for for blazing the trail and setting the pace. I tell you the truth, you are a true leader, a true trailblazer, and a pace setter. Believing becomes easy with individuals like you. We celebrate you, sir. I appreciate the grace of God upon your life. And I tell you, believing has become easy connecting with you. Thank you so much, Mr. David. Wow. Wow.
Mr. Doe, are you there?
I'm here. All right, Mr. Imonitie, thank you so much. One thing is certain here, you always prove and show to us what is possible in this industry. And that keeps our inspiration high all the time. And what you said tonight is definitely going to turn around every one of us on this call in 2019. And that has started right now. And just before we leave this call, we'd like to hear from you just one word for us to expect at the Millionaire Mastery event, as many of us are looking forward to receiving you in the next couple of weeks right now. What is it? For the guests on this call, for those of us that are putting together people, just one word for us. This is it for us in the Millionaire Mastery event. Thank you, sir.
Get a lot of people to the event. That's my one word for you. Okay. Get a lot of people to the event. It is going to be incredible. Okay. Make sure you've got it packed out. And I promise you, it is going to be absolutely amazing. Okay.
Thank you.
I see like you really like this one.
All right, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
I cannot wait to come and sit in that car.
Thank you so very much, sir. I think I've seen that Ferrari on the wall on the wall of your house.
Yeah.
Now I'm seeing it. I've seen it on the wall. Now I'm seeing it in the garage.
Amen.
Packed in
the garage. Mr. Francis, remember the last time we were in that house? That Ferrari was not there.
It wasn't there.
It was on the wall.
Uh-huh.
Today is in the garage. So believing really works. Thank you for raising the bar. Thank you for showing us what is possible. We keep tapping into the grace of God in your life. You show what is possible. God, thank you for being an instrument in the hand of God to let us know that, look, God did it. And one thing I appreciate, God, for your life is you're not ashamed and you're not afraid and you don't hold back declaring that, look, guys, this is God.
No.
This one is another one, Mr. David. This one is another toy.
No.
Mr. David, this one wasn't there the last time we came up.
This one is another one.
Okay. Mr. Francis, this one wasn't there the last time we were in that house. So
this one. This is awesome. Convertible.
Ìyàwó mi o. Ọmọ dáadáa o. Wow! Congratulations, Mrs. Imonitie. Good afternoon.
Awesome.
All right, I gotta run. These people are calling me for this call. I'll call you back, okay?
All right.
All right, thank you.
Celebrate you.
Regards to everyone over there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. David. Thank you so much. I think it's important for everyone on the call to know that Mr. David Imonitie is somebody who's lived out his life by example. He's a leader by example and not by motivation. Now, what Mr. Ura was trying to say was that image was on his wall. A Ferrari was on his wall the last time we were there in the US, and now it's parked in the garage. Now, the Rolls-Royce convertible was a dream at some point, was there parked in the garage. This gentleman is not just a leader by motivation, but a leader by example. Just what he taught us tonight on images, on creating the right belief, being grateful for where you are right now. And eventually, those things will begin to come to pass. Creating the right emotions, even when things don't seem to work. Those are the exact examples he has actually shown out and he has lived out. That's more why he has the proofs he has. He's a leader by example and not by motivation. You had him right. Just like Mr. Ido raised the anchor, everyone on the platform tonight, we're meant to pack out that room. It's only 3,000 people. Guys, I tell you, only 3,000 people, and everyone there are going to go with a lot of value because there are lots of content, lots of things he's going to do. It's going to be for 2 days on the 8th and the 9th. Immense value, immense information, and living practical examples, and not just motivation. We have Mr. David live and direct on the 8th of December and the 9th of December, and we have a ticket that will cover the 7th, which is the training for members. So everybody on the call tonight, we have one ticket that covers all 3 days. 7th of December, which is the live trading session. We have all the best of traders in Nigeria. We have the Sharif Adeyemi on the platform, and Yola Minu, Abam MM. We have Mayo Olabi. We have Mr. Do. Who else do we have on the platform? Who else?
We have Peace Eze and we have Loretta Azubike.
Now we'll be having the best of traders on the platform on the 7th, guys. So the ticket for the 7th, there'll be live trading on that day. There'll be strategies. It's going to be a full day. We're going to be taking it hot for many hours. You're going to be learning so much on the 7th. On the 8th, we'll have Mr. David live and direct for the IML event proper. Lots and lots of information will be there on that day. Lots and lots of value. And of course, on the 9th, the I Believe event. Lots of information, guys. One ticket covers all 3 days. So if you've not gotten your tickets right now, you want to do it right away. Now, the truth of the matter is that tickets are fast selling out. So 7th, 8th, and 9th of December, we're going to be setting the pace for what's going to be happening in 2019. Mr. David had called it the year of our financial tsunami. So everyone wants to be prepared. I tell you, this event is most strategic. You're on the call tonight. You want to buy a ticket for 10 people, for 20 people, for 30 people, for 50 people, and get them before Mr. David Imonitie. You want to discount a ticket. You want to sell a ticket. However you do it, you just want to get them in the room. You heard what our mentor said, pack out the room for this event. I want to hand over to Mr. Ido and then Mr. Euro, because it's important to let people know what we're going to have, what's going to go down in December.
Thank you, Chairman 50 Loading. Everyone on the house, you've heard Mr. David. Everything has been said. All I want you to do right now is promote. Get your tickets. The tickets are selling fast. I'm not sure if you're going to get tickets at the venue. So before the week ends, we are going to be telling you the status of the ticket. Get your ticket now. Call your leader and get your ticket. Somebody's asking how much the ticket. The regular ticket goes for 5,000. The VIP goes for 10,000. And this ticket covers you for the 3 days. Everyone, promote. Thank you so much, Mr. Ura.
Yeah, all right. You have a word?
All right, thank you so much, Chairman 25 loading, Chairman 50 loading. I super celebrate everyone on this call. Now, this event is not just another event, but this event is going to set the pace for 2019. This event is going to determine what the 2019 is going to look like. So what you need to do is begin to build your 2019 around this event. The tickets are almost all gone. So if you don't get your ticket now, you might not be able to get a ticket on that day. Don't wait for that day. There will not be ticket at the gate. You have to get your tickets now and be ready. Get your guests there. Let's have this room packed full. Let's have that room packed full. Let's make it a standing hall. The last event, yes, 5,000 naira. Someone is asking. The last event we did it in an auditorium that seats 5,000 people. In an auditorium that seats 5,000 people, it was a standing room. Now, this auditorium, 2,000 people, it was a standing room. That's why we had to increase this one to 3,000. It's also going to be a standing room. You want to be there. And I want to celebrate and appreciate all the leaders on the call, IML leaders in Nigeria. Now, to everyone on this call, it doesn't matter to us which team you are on. IML Nigerian is a big united family. That's why you see everyone, all the chairmen, we're all on this call. We're promoting the event. We're all growing together. We're all helping each other. We're all building together. Chairman Idowu, Chairman Francis, Chairman Buki, Chairman Mayowa Owolabi, top super leader, Mr. Shola Popola. I celebrate every single one of you. We're super excited to have you guys. This event is here. This event is setting the pace for the tsunami year. Let's go get it done. Get your people in, get your tickets, and let's paint Lagos with belief. Thank you, Mr. Francis.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Uriel. Thank you so much, Mr. Ido. Leaders, we've heard from Mr. David Imonitie, all the leaders on the call tonight. I want to celebrate everyone, leader. Thank you so much for joining up on the call. Let's make Nigeria proud. Let's make this event the most event and the best event ever. Let's make this December to remember. Thank you so much, leaders. Like Mr. Ido said, let's promote, promote, promote. Have a good night, everyone. God bless you.